Here we go. First thing I tell students is let's draw a sketch, okay? In order to do that, I need to write down the center. This is where we're going to make our first mistake. Who knows the center? And I'm so glad that Minerva made that mistake. All right, that's the perfect mistake to make. No, this is serious because I've taught you so far to always just read the first one and the second one to think opposite, which is what you did. But with hyperbolas, you got to be careful because it's the one that's from X goes first and the one that's from Y goes second when you write it. So it's very good. So you just got to be aware when you're writing the center for hyperbolas, pull the one from the X first, and then from the Y. Let's uncookie, right? This. Oh man, so many people. Okay. Yes. So if the X is first, then you're good to go. But with hyperbolas, sometimes with hyperbolas, the Y is going to go first. Now, what letter came first? Y. So what type of hyperbola is this if Y comes first? It's vertical. Because if the Y is written first, they're telling you that this is a vertical hyperbola. So how it's written, the equation will tell you what type. Okay? So that's vertical. So let me plot my center. So here's -2, -6. So in order to find the vertices, all right, in order to find the vertices for a vertical, hyperbola, what direction should I move for the vertices? Up and down, right? Vertices will move in the direction that you wrote. It's a vertical hyperbola, so we're moving up and down. All right, do you remember what letter I used for the distance from the center to a vertex? A. All right, does anyone know what A is? Whatever your face is with. A squared is 9. So if A squared is 9, here comes it, Joma. If A squared is 9, I got her. Then what's A? It's 3. So I'm moving up and down 3 units. This distance is A. If you want, you can. This is how I do it. I'm just showing you how I do it. All right, so write down your center. Right? Write down your center. Okay? Which way am I moving to find the vertices? How am I moving? Good, up and down. So which of these two numbers is going to change if I'm moving up and down? Which of these two numbers is going to change if I'm moving up and down? Yes, Samantha! -6. The Y value will change. How much will it change by? 3. So I write, this is what I write, really small. I write ±3. Exactly. Y. We're changing the Y. Did you just say that I'm on crack? Bro, we be recording. Yeah. I don't need people thinking I have a drug problem. All right. What? They'll believe you. This is going to get flagged now. What's -6 plus 3? -3. What's -6 minus 3? Okay, Ajoma. Do they really? I thought they called you EJ. Okay.
Wait, how many subscribers do you have?
Not enough. Keep going. 312 maybe? Into the 300s. 350? Oh man, I'm trying to get. I have one video out there that's almost at 1,000 views. So I'm trying because I got a lot of AP review videos that get a lot of views this time of year since AP exams are coming. So they're I'm trying to make that money. All right.
I'll play it while I shower.
Sounds good. Questions on number 1? That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go with number 1. You're welcome. Nice. What? Oh no! I did number 3 first. Okay, sorry. My bad. Sorry. Oh, epic fail. I'm gonna lose subscribers. My bad, people out there. That was number 3. That's on me. My fault. So you wrote on the wrong one. Sorry. I'm gonna go back to number 1. What? You don't need. I'm telling you what you need right now. That's my bad. I'm sorry. If you wrote it down on number 1, just write what I'm right now. Write on number 3, and then you can just tell your brain, switch them, right? This is number 3. That's number 1. All right, let's do number 1. Okay, the very first thing that I do is I write down the center. All right, here we go. Natalia, what is the center? No, I'm doing number 1. Sorry, now I'm doing number 1. I'm doing number 1.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, sorry. What's the center in number 1? Hold on, Natalia's got it. She's got it. She got it. What's the center? She got it.
No, it's because I actually get this part.
Good.
Okay. So,
X first. Nice. Good. Excellent. Is that what you're going to say, Gemma?
Oh, I was going to say -5, -1 actually.
So you got to think.
-5, +1.
Yes, you got to think opposite. Okay, but
Lost in translation.
Your Highnesses, if you guys could do. Key thing here is, right, Minerva made that awesome mistake. I made the biggest mistake, Minerva, right? I did number 3 when I thought it was number 1. That's not me. But Minerva helped us out by making a mistake on that first one. We know we've got to think X first. So Natalia literally said out loud, she said, X goes first. X goes first, okay? Now, after I do the center, then I figure out what type of hyperbola. What type of hyperbola if Y is written first? Vertical. What? Right? Vertical. Okay. Then I write down A. What is A? What is A is 7, Ajoma. What is B? 6. Let's go. Okay. Let's sketch it. Oh no, but I do know how to Irish shake. 5. I took a class Irish dancing. I'm not Irish or Irish. I'm not Irish or Scottish. British. I mean America, right? British and Slovakian.
Oh, what? Twins.
Where do you think Frandra comes from? Okay. Twins. Now, do you see how it says co-vertices? So what? Just okay. Co-vertices. What letter am I thinking about when I want to find co-vertices? No, A is for vertices. A is for vertices. So what letter do I think about for co-vertices? B. B for co-vertices. Okay? So I'm doing letter B. Now this is the hard part. This is the hard part. Are you ready? We said it's a vertical hyperbola. So that means I'm going vertically for my vertices. But I want the co-vertices. So I'm not going vertically for those. I'm going horizontally. 6 units. 6 units to the right and 6 units to the left. This distance is B. That distance is B. I'm not playing. Nothing about what I'm doing is playing. Okay? So I write down 5, -1, right? Here's my center. If I'm moving left and right, which of these two numbers is going to change if I'm moving left and right? Which is, what number? 5. And I'm changing by B, so plus or minus 6. Okay, so I write 5 plus 6 and 5 minus 6. What is 5 plus 6? 11. What is 5 minus 6?
1.
Close. -1. We did it. That's actually number 1. How's everybody doing? Horrible. Sad. All right, we got 2 more. When you're ready, we're going to go number 2. This is actually number 2, so sorry about that mix-up. 2 more. This is the most confusing thing we've ever done?
It's a lot of process.
I totally understand. And remember, it's going to take some time. Okay? That's why our test is not till next week. Okay. Let's do number 2. Woo-hoo! foci. Foci. We'll be finding the focus points.
Yes, foci.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Ever since you guys were elected, I mean, it's just like you've changed. All right, what is, I'm going to call on somebody. Hector, what's the center? Come on, Hector, what's the center at number 2? Yeah. No.
Me. Me.
Am I laughing?
Ooh, me. Ooh, me.
Joma, what's the center?
I think he said it.
I know, 2 and 2.
2,
And
negative 2. Right? X goes first. Oh, look at that. It actually is first. So that works out nicely. All right? And then you got to think opposite. So it is 2, negative 2. Thank you, Hector. Okay.
You just have to lock in real quick.
Exactly. Get locked in. Now, what type of hyperbola is this if X is written first? Horizontal. Okay, what is A? Is 2. What is B? 9. Okay, we're starting to get it. Let's go. I like it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw a sketch and put 2, negative 2. There's the center. What type of hyperbola did you just tell me it is? Horizontally. So which way am I moving for the vertices? For the vertices. Left and right. Side to side. Left to right. So if I'm moving left and right for the vertices, how am I moving for the foci? Also left and right. Also left and right. And do you remember what letter I need in order to find the foci? C! Remember, Justin, A is for the... Nope, A is for the vertices. B is for the co-vertices. And C is for the foci. Let's find C. Now, you just practiced this at your whiteboards. So what is A squared? 4. What is B squared? 81. Add those together. You get 85. So what is the square root of 85? You can just use the calculator because it's not a perfect square. What is it, Jasmine? No, it's not 0. 9 point.
Wait.
What comes after the 2?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay. 9.2? Rounded, approximately?
It just did this.
Oh, so you just got to hit the button that's above the enter key, and that'll give you the approximation.
Okay. I see.
Okay, so I'm going to draw the foci. I'm moving to the right 9 and the left 9. Remember, this distance is letter C. So I'm going to write down my center. Hector told me 2, negative 2. If I'm moving left and right for the foci, which of those 2 numbers is going to change if I'm moving left and right to find the foci? The positive 2, the one that's in the X, because I'm moving in the X direction. So I'm going to write plus or minus 9.2. So to do my 2 math problems, so 2 plus 9.2, 2 minus 9.2. So my answers are going to be 11.2 comma negative 2. And 2 minus negative 9.2 is that negative 7.2. There we go. We did it. It is a big process, right? But you guys have big brains. You can do this. One more. And then I'm done. What's up, Jasmine? Question? Okay, great. One more. Number 4. Thank you, Natalia. Okay, this is the hardest one. I'm telling you right now.
Whoa.
Okay, this is the hardest one. Because you're going to find, let me show you what you're going to find. Remember when I showed you this page earlier in the class? I showed you this, right? I told you to focus on what? The red curves. The red curves. That's what we're going to be graphing tomorrow. But to help us graph this tomorrow, do you guys see the dotted lines? You see those dotted lines? Those are called the asymptotes. We're going to be graphing those asymptotes to help us draw the hyperbola curves. Okay? So this last question, number 4, is asking us to find the equations of these lines. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. This is number 4. All right. So it says, find the equations of the asymptotes. The first thing I do is I write down the center. All right, here we go. Oh, man, we got people sleeping already. Sad. Michael, what's the center? It is, yeah. It's also on your paper, right?
-1. -9.
Yes, he corrected himself. X has got to go first when we do the center. Nice. -9, -1. What type of hyperbola is this if y is written first? Vertical. Right? Y comes first. It's vertical. All right. Let's do A. What is A? It's 5. What is B? It is 4. All right. So if I graph the center of -9, -1. All right. I'm going to do a lot more sketching here. Don't feel like you have to. It's going to show you how I would continue sketching. I'm moving up and down 5. I'm moving left and right 4. Now you're going to see what we do tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to make this dotted line box. I'd say rectangle, but sometimes it might be a square. And then here's the asymptotes. You ready for the asymptotes? Yeah. The asymptotes go through the corners of the box. You see that? Don't worry. I know this is a lot. I'm not expecting you to know this yet. We're going to do this tomorrow. Okay? And then where do I draw my curves? I'll use a different color. I'm going to use orange. What type of what type of hyperbola is this? It's vertical, so watch where I draw them. I'm drawing the up and down spots. I know, isn't that cool? Man, I love this stuff. This is so fun.
How's it gonna look like on
That's a great question. Tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to find the equations for these asymptotes. All right, so what I'm going to first write down is something we did a long time ago in the first semester called point slope form. Point slope form. I'm hoping you remember this. If you don't, here it is. It's y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay? Now what you need to do, what you're going to do, all right, is you're going to put, you guys see where it says x sub 1 and y sub 1? That is where you're going to put the center. Okay, I'll repeat that again. Where it says x subscript 1 and y subscript 1, you're going to put the center. Okay? If you need to it's because Manny really likes having a formula. If you need this, if you go back to your notes page, like the very first page, you can see I'm essentially teaching you this at the bottom. Okay? So I'm teaching you how we're going to get there. All right? So you'll notice that I always tell kids to put in the x sub 1, y sub 1 is the center. Now this is hard because which one do you see first? Y sub 1. And you want to think opposite. So what did I say my y value was? Michael did actually. What did Michael say the y value was? -1, right? So if I put -1 in here, what's minus a -1 become? Addition. So you're going to write y plus 1. Leave m alone for a second. I'll teach you how to do that in a second. Okay, times x. What did Michael tell me my x value was for my center? -9. But if I put -9 in here, again, that's subtracting a negative. So I'm going to write plus 9. Now here's how you do the slope part. Okay? Remember, slope, when you guys were in Algebra 1, was rise over run. So if you start at the center, right, your rise goes up here to this vertex point, and your run goes over here to the right, which in that case is a co-vertex point. So what I'm going to teach you guys to do this is it's always whatever is from the y first over whatever's underneath the x. So do you see how the 25 is under the y? And what was the square root of 25 that you told me? 5. So that's going to be my numerator. And my denominator is always from the one under x. So what's the square root of 16? You told me was 4. Now I'm going to put plus or minus here because you'll notice we have two asymptotes. We have one with a positive slope and one with a negative slope. Now this is it. This is done. All right? This is right. This is correct. Delta math wants you do you see that plus 1 that's over there? Delta math wants you to move it over with subtraction. That's it. Okay? But you don't, for me, that's finished. That's all good. So to finish, if I just quickly move this over with minus 1, notice, am I distributing that 5/4? Am I distributing the 5/4? No. So keep everything the same. But then when I move that plus 1 over, I'm writing at the end minus 1. I think if you type that in, it'll be good. Those of you that are going to do the delta math, it might make you write y equals positive 5/4 times x plus 9 minus 1, and then a second one, y equals negative 5/4 times x plus 9 minus 1. So everything's the same. What I'm saying is you might have to write a positive one of them, and then the same thing with the negative slope. Right? You have to split it into two.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, but for you, just put.
For me, you can stop here.
Okay.
Right? I'm cool with that.
Okay.
All right?
And so when you